Ladies and gentlemen, Congressman Ron Paul.
It sounds like you're having a lot of fun. That's good. And it sounds to me like the spirit of liberty is alive and well in Nevada. You know, I see signs on occasion that says you've, and it refers to me, and they say you've cured me of my apathy. But I have to tell you, you've cured me of my skepticism, and I thank you for it. Well, this campaign has been pretty interesting, and on occasion it breaks some of the old rules of politics, if you haven't noticed. But one of the early rules that you learn in politics is that everything has to be uniform. Everybody has to take the orders from the top down, and everybody's signs are supposed to look the same. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we have a campaign going with more diversity in signs and campaigning and people than ever, and I thank you. Because of the enthusiasm of the campaign and the number of people that have joined and all the activity going on around the country, as well as those individuals who are following the internet, and you know, we're sending $1 or $2 in and raising some money. It's pretty amazing, I'll tell you that. It's very impressive.
We love you!
Thank you for that. But you know, in a way, money counts, and money got the attention of the media. We've certainly got a lot more attention since we've been raising this kind of money, but it's rather neat too that we can raise money, whether it was in the third quarter or on November 5th. All of a sudden we raise these large sums of money, and the money is in the bank, and then we get about 3 times as much money's worth of publicity from it. So we're doing pretty well on that. I've been involved in politics one way or the other since 1974. I always figured that the message should be the issue, and everybody would rally around the message, and that you didn't have to have any of the special interests or any of the money. But the truth is that money really is important, and it does help. It helps us to get on TV and do the things that we have to do. But obviously, I give credit to the message. I know I get a lot of credit, and hopefully I help to a large degree, but really, it's people like you who join with the enthusiasm and the beliefs and the conviction that we can solve our problems, and the problems aren't that difficult. We can solve them merely by obeying the law and reading the Constitution. I've never denied the fact that I was hesitant to get involved in the campaign. Many individuals over the years have asked me to do it, longtime supporters and others who heard the message and got frustrated with all the other candidates who would say, join in, and get in the campaign. But I was truly reluctant, and I figured I don't know how many people are out there that really have been and are still true believers and want changes, and I wasn't sure about how many young people would respond to it. Well, to my delight, let me tell you what I've learned in the last 10, 12 months, and that is, first, there are a lot more people who are well tuned into this and want this message and will defend it and are excited about the campaign. Not only that, we have found out that many young people love the message, and they are growing and joining us by leaps and bounds, and that is also very important and exciting. Before this they'd bring their children in and introduce me to them. Today it's different. Most of the time now, the kids, the teenagers, the high school and college kids are coming in and they want to introduce me to their parents, and that's how they got in. In my mind that the message of freedom brings people together. I am astounded by that, and the crowds that we're getting, there is great and grand diversity. And that's the way it should be, because freedom is not threatening. Because if you really believe in freedom, you don't want to intimidate your friends and neighbors by writing laws, pretending that you can legislate virtue. It doesn't work, and therefore people don't feel intimidated. The same way when it comes to economic issues. It's recognized in a free society that it's your money, and you get to spend it, and nobody should be telling you how to spend your own money. Or economic confrontation, obviously you don't see your neighbors as enemies, you see them as friends and allies. Today, exactly the opposite has happened. We have allowed so much of our government to gravitate to Washington, and unfortunately even gravitating to a higher level up into the international government, which we should positively oppose. But the whole fact is that when we have this national control of our lives and this idea that they have to pass every rule and regulation of how we perform our personal behavior as well as controlling our money, what does it do? It sends a message out the only way you can get control back is you have to be a high-powered lobbyist to go to Washington and work for your special interests. The little people don't have the representation, so they get squeezed out and pushed aside, and then those who have the powerful special interests, whether you're in the medical industrial complex or the military industrial complex or the banking industrial complex, believe me, they have clout in Washington, and that's what happens. It becomes very divisive. And when the economy goes down, and when there's less production and the government has less, then everybody is clawing at each other and fighting over it. And that's what welfare and socialism does. Freedom does the opposite. It allows us to be non-confrontational, bring people together, and if we defend liberty and understand liberty, we realize that the purpose of liberty is to strive personally for excellence and virtue. That is not a responsibility of God.